All right. Here we go. Pass it baller here. We are now on this second game or second prediction for this December 4, 2021 NBA Game Day Edition. This has to be, for me, the best game for the day or for the night, wherever you guys are. This is the battle of number one and number two teams in the East. So it's Chicago Bulls with a record of 15 wins and 8 losses, visiting Brooklyn Nets with a record of 16 and 6. That'll happen 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, so that's 9 a.m. here in Manila. Now, again, before we proceed, I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Pass a Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on the bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. All right, let's talk about this one. This is interesting. Again, Chicago Bulls is the number two team in the Eastern Conference, while Brooklyn Nets is actually ahead of them by just by just not by not that much. But nevertheless, Brooklyn Nets is still number one. Okay, here we go. Obviously, Brooklyn Nets would have the advantage in terms of the home court, as it'll happen in Barclays Center. In terms of momentum, Brooklyn Nets has actually won 8 out of their last 10, while Chicago Bulls won 6 out of their last 4. Both teams are also winning back to back coming to this game. So even though both teams are actually having good momentum, we have to give it to Brooklyn Nets as to who is having better or more. So 2 points already for Brooklyn, one for home court advantage, and the other one would be the momentum. Now let's proceed to the health. Let's take a look at the list again. For Brooklyn Nets, we got Cam Thomas listed as day to day. I think this happened on the game against Minnesota. Uh, Hopefully, it won't be that serious. Um, Duke Jr. Is listed as out. Joe Harris is still listed as out, and of course, Kyrie Irving hasn't played a single minute on this season yet. So potentially, Brooklyn Nets would have 4 heads out on this game. But we have to, they have to be thankful that their main guys, of course, except for Joe Harris, because Joe Harris has been out for for I don't know, for weeks now. Um, would be available. Now for Chicago Bulls, Caruso is actually listed as day to day. He is listed as probable or questionable for this game. So in any case that Caruso would not be playing, we know that it will be a huge blow for Chicago Bulls. Man, Caruso brings a lot to the table for Chicago. Not just his scoring, shooting, his hustle, his defense, even rebounding, man, playmaking skills. Man, this dude is all around. Javante Green actually is also listed as out for this one. This has something to do with health and safety protocol. So prayers up for Javante Green, and we all know that Kobe White is also listed as out due to some COVID protocols observation, and of course Patrick Williams. Now, this is gonna be a problem for Chicago Bulls. Now, I understand they still have the main stars there. I'm talking about DeRozan. I'm talking about Ball. Every those guys would be available. Yep, that's correct. But again, Caruso, if they would be missing Caruso, that's gonna be a huge blow for them. And Green will be out. It's already confirmed. And I don't know. Some of us don't really appreciate those works of off the bench guys, but man, if you just take a look at how Javante Green does and helps Chicago, man, he gives extra possessions to them. He gives points off those putbacks. So he provides wide body for their defense, man. So Javante Green being out would also be a huge toll for them. Okay, all right. So health wise, I have to give it to Brooklyn, man. I have to give it to Brooklyn because if Caruso would not be playing, Javante Green's not playing, that should go against Chicago for real. Now, in terms of offense, in terms of well, hold on. In terms of offense, yeah, let's proceed with offense. In terms of offense, I have to give it to Brooklyn too. I mean, both teams are actually very good in terms of scoring. You know, inside, outside, regardless. Both teams are monsters in terms of scoring. But if I have to pick one, it has to be Brooklyn Nets, and you can actually just give them 2 minutes to score 8 points, maybe nine. They can do that. They got KD, they got James Harden. That's why, and they got some bigs who are actually willing to give their bodies for some picks, solid picks, and for those offensive rebounds too. For defense, though, we have to give it to Chicago Bulls. And aside from Chicago Bulls, is really doing a lot of great defense, great team defense at that. Man, Brooklyn Nets, they just simply suck in terms of defense, man. I don't know if it has something to do with their overconfidence in terms of offense. You know that they can score anytime they want. You know they can score a lot in a way, but I don't know. I'm just really sometimes pissed with the way Brooklyn defends their opponents, and as compared to Chicago Bulls, man, they're just very, very afar, So I have to give that point to Chicago Bulls. Um, Another point though or another factor that I have to consider though would be fatigue. Um, Brooklyn Nets played last night. That was against Minnesota Timberwolves, and it wasn't easy for them. Although that was a win, it wasn't easy for them. It was a 5 point win for them, yeah, but uh, they would feel, their legs would feel that because it wasn't easy for them. They played up to the last minute. It wasn't easy for them to take home that W, while Chicago Bulls were actually resting while they were actually out there playing. So that's going to be a point for Chicago Bulls. So if you take a look at it, I think it will be 3 points Brooklyn, 2 points for Chicago. I think and it's really a toss coin, to be honest. The spread here is -3 for Brooklyn Nets. It's really hard to pick. It's hard to pick Brooklyn because I'm afraid that their fatigue would really eat them up. It's hard to pick Chicago Bulls because we don't know. We don't know what the impact would be in case Caruso would indeed be not playing. We don't know if who's that? Javante Green. We don't know what the impact of that would be because Brooklyn got a lot of big, and they would need Javante Green's presence, to manage that for sure. So -3 is the spread. This one's tough. But I'm gonna side with the home team. As always, with these kind of situations, I side with the home team. I side with the team which has the better record. So yeah, there you go. Just like what I did with that Phoenix versus Golden State on the first time that they met, I chose Phoenix, right? So on this one, I'm gonna go with Brooklyn Nets -3. This one's tough. This one's tough. But again, my final pick would be Brooklyn -3. Peace out, pass and love, and God bless.